Yo, so check this out. I'd like to take this opportunity to extend a heartfelt thank you to Brooklyn Blue for proving to me without a shadow of a doubt that black feminism is a complete and total bullshit. You know, I watched her video on fantasies and no more fairy tales, and what brought it to my attention was how she used a Game of Thrones clip. She used the Game of Thrones clip to talk about the power dynamics of women and men. And that is exactly what I was talking about in my last video about Brigto women going their own, black women going their own way. You know, my crazy thought was that, hey, let's use avatars to talk about these kind of relationships so that we won't use any kind of toxic language and start degrading each other, that it would be a safe space for us. I guess I was stupid because, you know, if Brooklyn Blue will tell it to you, the black man was responsible for the Atlantic slave trade. The black man was responsible for the Arabic slave trade. The black man was responsible for the Ottoman Empire slave trade. I think she even said we killed John F. Kennedy. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to check that video again. And then I watched this Nicole Little video where, you know, she was talking about hip hop and R&B in the 70s and 80s and how black women were mammying for men. And like, that video broke my heart because it was so fucking good. It was like, yo, she went in on Aretha Franklin and Mary J. Blige singing for Uptown Records and singing background vocals for Father MC, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu. And like, I love all of those artists. I mean, like, she even got into neo soul. Yo, don't be talking bad about neo soul, homegirl. I'm like, God dang, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I never have these kind of conversations with the black women my age. And then it comes to my attention. These women are Generation Xers. They're my age. I'm like, you know what? It kind of makes perfect sense. First of all, Generation Xers, the people that were born from the 70s to the 80s, we have a special relationship because we actually saw black conservatism on television. We actually saw the Cosbys and Family Matters. We saw big, robust families enjoying and each other's company and all that shit. But our realities wasn't the same. Our realities were drug dependence and child molestation and violence and gunplay and all that. And out of all of that, hip-hop music came to life. Now, both Egypt and Nicole Little, Brooklyn Blue, they all will try to convince you that hip-hop music was a direct stab in the heart at the black woman. They'll tell you how great the white man is at supporting his family and that in retaliation, the black man used hip-hop to get ahead. And let me try to explain something to you ladies. The black man was forced out of the profitable aspects of being productive men. We didn't have any union. We didn't have any contracts. We didn't have any established power structures other than what we could siphon off from the Italians and the Chinese and what have you. Out of all of that, hip-hop came. Hip-hop was a representation of how the black community is entrapped in this underground economy of drugs, alcohol, stripping, prostitution, bootlegging, the only way we were able to finance our existence without the white man's approval was from the underground economy and from the music that came out of the underground economy. We developed rap and hip hop music, and that music got spread out and it became it gotten more notoriety. And to keep hip hop from being culturally appropriated, that's what you black feminists love so much, to keep hip hop from being culturally appropriated, we took it to even higher levels of aggression. So, hypothetically, the Beastie Boys brought out the necessity for, what was that damn group? Public Enemy. Vanilla Ice brought out the necessity for Tupac and Biggie. Eminem brought out the necessity for Jay-Z, DMX, Master P, and the like. Every time a white rapper gained notoriety, we elevated the bar of more aggression to the point that hip-hop music became the quintessential and only form of pornographic music. And to do so, we threw black women under the bus. And for that, I fully admit it. We did throw black women under the bus for profit margin, but they also assisted us. They also co-signed on this institution because women, you don't know this about yourselves, women will ride with a patriarch even to her own detriment. Okay, y'all probably know that, but basically, women supported this patriarchal institution of rap music. And I guess that's what upsets these Generation X black women, these angry Generation X black women. But damn, going back to the music, Generation Y itself. Generation Y, the ones that were born in the 90s, they were raised through it. So in essence, they learned to give up on black love. Then the millennials came out, and not only did they learn to give up on black love, but they're actually more used to the fuckery of rap music, to the point that songs like Usher's Shorty I Don't Mind If You're Stripping and whatever, that song touches them in a certain way. God dang, Trap Queen, a song that Nicole Little and Brooklyn Blue, they seem to hate. But understand this, ladies, Trap Queen is the quintessential love song of their generation. Trap Queen acknowledges that black women are right next to black men struggling in the underground economy of drug dealing. It's almost romantic if it wasn't so sad. And to say that black men just threw black women under the bus does a disservice to the actual plight of the black man who tried to fill out for applications, who wanted to be important, who wanted to drive around in fancy cars. You're just disregarding his entire plight and saying that it was a plot to hurt people. So, like I was saying, the music was corrupted by a desire for men to actually self-actualize.